Well, welcome. Our quote of the day is a diamond cannot be a diamond without the pressure. It's a courtesy of Elijah this morning. Welcome. Once again, it's Larry and Al. Search for truth. So we've been having these meetings for a couple years now, and we've been talking and learning a lot about each other, even though we
Right.
knew a lot about each other. And so we decided to do the podcast, and we named it Search for Truth.
Right.
So why do you think we chose the title Search for Truth?
Well, I think with the climate of the day, where there's so much false narrative in the ethos, that a lot of people don't understand what the truth is. And I think, from our perspective, yours and mine, that we've lived a good portion of time, that we've been able to find the truth in what we do, and what we say, and what we believe in. And I think that's important. I'm not saying that my truth is more important than anybody else's truth, but I believe that I I understand what's going on, and that's why I think, I'm glad that, we agreed on search for truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that means that we don't know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Through the conversation and through eventually down the road, if we have guests, will enlighten our search for truth.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Well, I was going to wonder if our own life experiences have helped us find the truth or find some
Well,
segment of the truth.
think about when we first started out together. It's been what, 30 years?
30, at least 30.
30
Yeah.
years, and look how we have been able to, through the years, been able to learn about each other from our different experiences, and our life experiences, and a perspective of how we think.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think one of the key things is that we respect each other. You being a white dude, I'm being a black dude, but the thing that's universal is respect. We respect each other's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think that's one of the things that makes our relationship, the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I never known. I've never known how you ever voted, and you don't know how I vote,
Right.
and I don't know what religion you are. You don't know what religion I am, because we don't we've allowed each other to be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think that's what we're missing in this world's perspective today, and especially in this country, is we're not allowing those folks who are different to be themselves. And that's truth.
Would you say that we're not allowing them to have a place
They're
in our
not allowing them to
society?
have a place because the people who are in charge think that their point of view is the only point of view there is.
Right.
Okay? And then think about this country. How was it? The reason why it was formed was religious persecution.
Mm-hmm.
The pilgrims came from England,
Mm-hmm.
and they came here so they wouldn't have religious persecution.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't
And
this country kind of founded on like a lot of outcasts,
well,
basically?
yes, okay. I mean, people came from. I mean, think about this country. What other country can you think of where every nationality upon the face of the earth is in this country?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and that's why they call it the United States of America.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
and it's and people from all from the dictatorial perspective, from all the places where they have the authoritarians. Where do they want to come? What country do they want to come to? They want to come to the United States
Mhm.
because they have an opportunity to do what? To have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and to be able to have an opportunity to take care of their families.
Is that still going on today, currently? I mean,
Well, you see why they talk about the borders. Where those people coming from Guatemala, they want to come here.
right,
Okay, because why? You get a chance to realize their goals
right.
or their dreams.
But they come here and they still suffer the same kind of many of the same kinds of persecution that they are
Well,
running from, aren't
well,
they? In some regards.
yeah, in some regards, but also the difference is that they can get into their communities of likeness.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and think about this. People always say, well, black folks need to go back to Africa, but I was born here.
Hmm.
I wasn't born in Africa.
Right.
I wasn't born in Africa.
Right.
I was born in the United States of America.
Right.
I was born in Buffalo, New York,
Right.
1944.
Right.
Okay, and I don't know nothing about Africa.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Why do people say that? Why do
well,
people say go back to
because
wherever you
because
came from?
because they don't even understand history. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't understand history, and when you don't understand your history, guess what happens? You doomed to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Okay, I mean, when we were kids, when we were growing up, Larry, it was white and black.
Hmm.
It was a few here, there, or others, and da 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 da. But the white population said we're in charge, and this is the way it's going to be.
Hmm.
When he came down the elevator and he said, "Well, we're going to make America great again,"
Hmm.
that was code word. Is we're going to make it white folks going to be in charge,
Right.
and everybody else is going to be on the sideline.
Right.
But the thing that they're forgetting is that back then we were part of we were second part of the population.
Right.
Now we're on the bottom. The black folks are on the bottom of the population, and you have Hispanics,
Right.
you have Asians.
Right.
Pretty good. We're doing a podcast. Okay, but happy holidays though. But you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that just think about the lady that in Texas that she's having a tough pregnancy, and they said that the baby will not, even if the baby comes to term, it won't live.
Hmm.
And the doctor says, the medical doctors said, told her this is what's going on,
Hmm.
and the guy that's the attorney general of Texas says, no, you can't do it.
Hmm.
Okay, and he's not a doctor,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
he's a politician, and his thing is that there ain't gonna be no abortions in my state.
In my state.
You don't meet the criteria.
Hmm.
Well, what's the criteria? The mother's at risk and the baby's at risk.
Right. Okay.
You get what I'm saying there?
Right.
And
Right.
it's you think about this the extreme movement is saying is that might is right. What I think is right, what you think is wrong.
Mhm. My truth should be your truth.
My truth should be your truth when it's not even truth. I'm saying
I think
that.
that's part of the problem.
Yes, because I mean, we would not get along, Larry. And I hope that in the years that we've been working together, that I've been uh, cognizant of your thoughts and information. And I've never said, because I'm in charge, we're going to do it my way.
Right.
We've always been able to have a conversation, and you've been able to have input on the situation.
Hmm.
And when you said, and if I said, no, this is not the reason. No, and I tell you the reason why we weren't going to do it.
Mhm.
I never said no. We're going to do it my way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I've already explained to you why we weren't going to do it that way, but we can interject what you're talking about down the road if we get these things in place.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Okay, come on in, Bob. We don't have a chair.
That's all right.
Okay,
We're getting ready to leave.
okay,
Just come over to say goodbye.
okay. You getting ready to go back east?
Yeah,
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
my pleasure.
Kansas City.
Okay, do me a favor.
Sure.
Send me a postcard so I can write you.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay, you know what my address is.
Oh, yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, well tell that lovely wife of yours I said
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing this is Larry
Uh-huh.
How you doing?
All right.
and this is Elijah
Elijah.
and we're doing a podcast.
Oh, cool.
So if you give me you send me a postcard or something like that, we'll send you a podcast.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the name of our podcast is Larry and Al Search for Truth.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this is what we're
Well,
just
you've already seen plenty of that.
Well-
You've made truth for countries.
well. This is what we're talking about,
Yeah.
and how you have to have. We're just talking about this in our relationship
Yeah.
in 30 years,
Yeah.
and how you have to respect each other
Oh, yeah.
and respect each other's point of view.
Yeah.
Okay, because we come from different areas,
Yeah.
and we have to be able to say, I need to listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, what you're saying is valuable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then put it together.
Sure.
You guys gonna drive back there, or what you gonna do?
Oh, yeah. Sue's going to follow us, and that's
Okay.
our son-in-law.
Okay,
That's
okay.
great guy.
Oh, big guy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I want you to have a safe trip. Okay.
No, thank you very much.
And it's been a pleasure
It's
knowing
been
you.
really great. Yeah, we've had a number of good talks.
Well, yeah, and I appreciate you because your wife, she was the first one. This is what she did. She came to the thing. She said, "My name is Sue, and my husband's name is Bob. Welcome to the place."
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I said, "Well, okay."
Oh yeah, she's the smart one.
Well,
Yeah. These are the way it is.
You're the smart guy to know that.
Yeah. We go from what we did,
Uh-huh.
right? She goes from what's going on today.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to have a
Yeah.
happy holiday, Merry Christmas, okay?
Okay, great.
Okay, big guy.
Yeah.
And you take care of yourself, okay?
Already.
Okay. And but send me a card, and then I'll write back to you, okay?
Oh yeah.
And then we'll send you a podcast.
I'm crying already.
Okay. Well, Bob, it's been a great experience, okay?
Yeah.
And I want you to keep on keeping the faith,
Oh yeah.
and I love you, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you too.
Okay, you tell that wife of yours I said hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Already.
Okay, big guy.
Nice meeting you,
I better
Bob.
go. I won't be able to see.
No sweat. No sweat.
Some meeting there.
You guys.
No
Okay,
pleasure.
it's good to say.
Yeah.
Hey, give me shake my hand before you go now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Be safe.
Keep up the good work.
Huh?
You'll never give up the bad work, the good work.
No.
that you do.
Hey,
Yeah.
I try to live every day,
Yeah.
stay in my lane, don't cause no pain.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty.
Take care, bud.
Bye bye.
Be
I had
safe.
to come and see you.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate that, man.
So, watching your friend, your neighbor,
Mhm,
Bob,
mhm.
who's moving, can't come and speak to you and say his goodbye.
Yeah.
It was really touching. It was really moving. I could see the emotion there.
Right.
And to me, that's the truth.
Mhm.
The truth came out.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess one of the questions I had is how is the truth discovered?
Well, let's look at it this way. Be safe, Sue. Okay. Send me your postcard so I can send you the podcast. Okay. Okay. Well, truth comes when you have respect for the environment. Okay. And and the people that are in the environment, that everybody has value. Okay, when back in the day after slavery was done, we was 3/4 of a human being.
Right.
We were not full human beings.
Right.
And so how do you treat a person that in your mind is not a full human being?
Right.
You treat them like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I want you to think about this. How many black people do you see that's in charge of anything?
Not a lot.
Okay, not a lot out front. Okay, you got what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There may be a lot behind,
Mm-hmm.
but you never know that they're out front.
Right.
Okay, because people they don't want us. They don't want people to know that black folks are smart. Black folks can think.
Mm-hmm.
Black folks can do things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you think about the 20th century, and I would venture to say that I'll make this point. 70% of the inventions that were done in the 20th century were done by black folks.
Right.
Okay, but we don't have the we didn't have the money, or we didn't have the ability to represent. So what happens? White folks took it over and claimed it for themselves.
Right. You didn't have the status.
We didn't have, we were three-quarters of a human being.
Right.
So how can 3/4 of a human being be that smart?
Be that worthy.
Be that worthy? Yes, that's the right word. Be that worthy.
Well, we've talked a lot about, when we taught together, the relationship we had with students.
Yeah.
And how important that was. The relationship was
Yeah.
paramount in reaching that student.
Mhm.
And, watching Bob come over here and say his goodbye, you guys had a relationship,
Oh yeah.
a close relationship,
We
what
set
it
up-
appeared to be.
We sat on the porch like you and I sitting right here,
Right.
and we're just talking about life,
Right.
experiences.
So is it easier to discover the truth when you have a relationship with someone?
well, the truth comes out.
Uh-huh.
It comes out. But just like for an example, my aunt in Tuskegee was an intimate friend of George Washington Carver,
Right.
and a lot of people don't even know that George Washington Carver was a eunuch.
Right.
He lived with as a child. He lived with a white family, and they castrated him.
Right.
So he wouldn't be able to mess with their daughters, and so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a price he paid in his life.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't even realize that he was castrated.
Right.
And these are the kind of things that you don't hear about. You don't talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the price we have paid, like the Tuskegee experiment when they went in, and it was in the 40s? I think it was in the 40s when they injected all the black men in Alabama, Tuskegee, Alabama, to Tuskegee experience with syphilis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
They used to experimented with
Right.
them with syphilis.
Right.
Okay, I mean, come on now.
But those kinds of like facts,
Hmm. That's the truth.
are what people are trying to hide from. They're trying to
Well,
hide that.
Well,
They don't want to. They don't want to talk about that because they don't want to. I guess they don't want to offend the white students or make the white students
But
feel
it's the truth.
right.
It's the truth.
Right.
This is what has happened.
Right.
This is what these people have done.
So that's evading the truth. That's hiding from the truth.
By legislation. But just think about this. This is 2023, and they're banning books.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's what they did. And that's what they did in Hitler Germany.
Right.
Okay, because if a population is educated, then you can't fool them.
And that's the truth. But people don't want. They don't want to accept that. They
No.
don't want to acknowledge that.
No.
They want to. Again, they want to hide from it, evade it. And that's what we're fighting.
Okay, because then their truth, as they see it, becomes the narrative,
Mm-hmm.
and then you become a dissident.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
because you
And they turn it on you that you're trying to hide the truth. When in fact they are.
They turn on you because then you become a extremist, or you become a purveyor of non-truth, because this is the truth by us. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, they catch it under the phrase woke. You hear this woke. So talk about woke.
Woke, man. We used to say that. How long ago did we used to say woke? Are you woke? You remember that? How many years ago was that? Okay, huh? Oh, but you used to hear us when we did when I used to study to my little cousins. Are you woke? That means you're paying attention to what's going on in your environment. That's what woke means.
But there's groups of people that find that that's the scapegoat. That's the
they put the transgender on the thing. That's being woke. No, that's being real.
Right.
That's real.
Right.
I mean, today that's what's going on. Okay, remember. Okay, how many people know that in 1955, Christine Jorgensen was the first transgender person in the world? Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
You didn't know that?
No.
His name was Christopher Jorgensen, and he was in the Air Force, and he went to Sweden and got the operation, and lived down in San Clemente until he died.
Right. Mm-hmm.
His name was Christine Jorgensen.
Mm-hmm.
Let me punch it up. I'm gonna punch it up on Google. Okay. Who was Christine Jorgensen? There it is, right there.
1940s?
In 1954 it was.
54.
If I remember. Okay. Born 1926, died 1989. Recording artist and transgender activist. A trans woman. She was the first person to be transgender.
Right.
Okay? You got what I'm saying?
Wow.
You didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
Okay. That's the truth.
That is the truth.
Okay? She was born in Bronx, New York. She died San Clemente, California.
Yeah.
Was I speaking the truth?
You're speaking the truth.
Okay.
And it will set you free.
You search for the truth.
Search for the
truth. These are things that people, whether I agree with it or not, but that was her truth. Mm-hmm. Okay, it went from a man to a woman.
Well, maybe that's the challenge to those that watch the podcast, to search for the truth.
Well, I hope they do.
Not hide from the truth.
No, you can't hide.
To deny the truth.
You can't hide from the truth.
To evade the truth. But to face the truth.
Face the truth. That's why you read. That's the reason why people read. And if you take away the books, right, how can they find the truth? Right. Okay? Because you, word of mouth, okay, your truth by word of mouth is one thing. Mm-hmm. My truth by word of mouth is another thing. Right. But you have, if you do research, why did we do research papers when we was in college?
Yeah, to find the details,
find the truth,
find all the information to make informed.
And we had to use different books,
right,
to find
different
the
points
truth.
Of view.
Yes.
Not run from them.
No.
Not deny them, not burn them.
But you had to be able to support your thesis.
Right.
Okay. Because I remember my senior project. My senior project was scoliosis, and I used to go and do the little screen, and I used to do the backs, measure the backs between non-PE majors and PE majors, and see if there was a difference and their back structure scoliosis has and what I found out there's no difference.
Really?
Okay, I mean, but that's what I'm talking about. That's how you measure. That's why you do research.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just like when Elijah was saying to us, he does research
Right.
to get all these things together.
Right.
Okay, to get us to get our podcast together.
Right.
And what we have done in this in the country now is we don't research anymore. We want the short answer.
Short version.
We want the short version.
Right.
Okay, we
Sound
want
bites. Everything's about
sound
sound bites,
bite.
right?
And when the computer, when the calculators came out, oh well, we instead of doing it by hand, we want to do it by calculator.
Right.
Okay, but if you get the answer, you can get the answer, but why did you get the answer?
How did you get the
How
answer?
did you get the answer? Why? And see, and this is what it's just like the guy Comer. They're talking about the Biden crime family,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking to myself, well, what about the guy, Trump's grandson? I mean, son-in-law got $2 billion from the Saudi Arabians.
Right.
Okay, he got $2 billion, and he worked in the administration.
Yeah.
Okay, Hunter Biden is just a citizen. Okay,
Right.
and you know, just like any regular guy that's you know lives a debauchery life with drugs,
Mm-hmm.
rock and roll, and girls and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but who's he influencing?
Mm-hmm.
He influences his dad. His dad is trying to keep him afloat.
Right.
Okay, as any father would do with their children.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my son is homeless. Okay, I try to whenever I can help him out, I try to help him out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but his homelessness has nothing to do with me
Mm-hmm.
because he's a grown man. That's a choice he made.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to live out there on the streets when it's raining and live in a cardboard box or whatever he wants to do, that's his business.
Mm-hmm.
He's a grown man.
Right.
And how can you bring it back to me as me being something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I got a roof over my head.
Mm-hmm.
I got a refrigerator full of food.
Right.
I had a job.
Right.
I worked for 39 years,
Mm-hmm.
45 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right. Well, one of my questions was,
Uh-huh.
we've been meeting and talking for, like I say, a couple of years,
Mhm.
and my question to you was going to be, have we spoken the truth? And what I thought in answering that question, or at least partially answering it, I guess, is that's the name of our podcast, Search for Truth.
Mhm.
So in what we speak, it may not be the truth, but it's a search for the truth.
Well, we are searching for the truth by having this dialogue.
Right.
Okay? And some of the things that we may say are truth to me and you,
Mm-hmm.
but to somebody else it may not be.
Right.
Okay?
But why is that?
Because think about our experiences.
Okay.
Okay, what makes us be friends? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, we had a common, we developed our friendship or our work relationship first before our friendship, but it was a common goal of teaching and working with young people in their educational process.
Let me interrupt you there, Larry.
Okay.
Think about this. What is it that makes us the same?
I think some of our experiences definitely are common,
Mm-hmm.
but I think again we had this sort of common goal of reaching our students and reaching them.
No, Larry. What makes us the same? You wanted to get an education so you can take care of your family. You wanted to buy a house so you can take care of your family. Out there, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That same thing. We both had the same goals, education,
Hmm.
being able to put our children in a nice community
Right.
so they can get a nice education, buy a nice house so
Right.
they can live a comfortable life.
Right.
That's what we have in common. Think
Okay.
about that.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with
Okay,
that.
that plus the educational philosophy.
Well, I think that the philosophy transcended that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We took
Yeah.
a job. We were
Yeah.
we were making a living.
Mhm.
We were providing
But
for our family. We were living the so-called American dream. Purchasing a home.
yeah.
Like I say, putting a roof over the
Right.
head, filling the
Okay.
refrigerator,
Yeah.
providing everything that our
But
children
we had
needed.
to go through. We had we had to go through the same process
Hmm.
to be able to do
Yeah.
those
Okay.
things.
Okay. And that's a truth in itself
Yeah.
that we discovered.
Yeah.
So I asked the question earlier about how do you discover the truth. I guess that's partially the
Well,
process that we went through.
and we didn't have we neither one of us had a leg up. We started down here and we had to work our way up. Okay. I mean, not that we were destitute, poor, or nothing like that.
Right.
But we as each generation we improved ourselves than for the former generation. You see what I'm saying? Our lives.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. You think about what your grandchildren are getting advantage of your children and what they've been able to experience, and so that it makes their children much more what I'm gonna say much more able to attack the system,
Mhm.
attack the world, being taken care of.
Right.
Okay, as opposed to when we were doing. I mean, we were latchkey kids. Remember? But I mean, the parents had to go to work,
Right.
and you get home and you just take a snack, do your homework. Don't go outside and play until we get home.
Mhm.
That kind of thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you got grandparents that are able to take care of the grandkids and parents that are able to go out and work and give them the things that they need.
Mhm.
Not so much the things that they want, but the
Right.
things that they need.
Well, thinking about that, from my experience, the system has evolved in a positive way because now, the schools have after school
Programs.
daycare, morning
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah.
Parents can drop their kids
Yeah.
off in the
And
morning.
pay a couple of dollars.
Yeah, pay a couple dollars,
Yeah.
but they get fed. They
Yeah.
get
And take
adult
care.
supervision and care after school.
Right.
And sometimes the parents have to pick them up after work,
Yeah.
but they're being protected. They're being taken
Yes.
care of,
Oh, yes.
which is something not necessarily we had growing up, but we may have had.
But
like I said,
the community protected us. I remember
Right.
if I messed up and Miss So and So gave me a whooping,
Right.
she had to just he was a bad boy,
Yeah.
and I got another whooping when I got home.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but the community, but now the community is no longer a part of the raising of the children. The immediate family is responsible now to raise and keep the children safe. Because and today I wouldn't allow I wouldn't allow my children to walk down the street by themselves.
Right.
Because it's just not a safe environment.
You think it's more unsafe now than it was?
I think so.
Mm.
I think so.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Because you have a variety of people that think a certain way.
Right.
Okay. And you got a whole lot of closet people that will snatch a kid in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You think about this with the electronic age, with these guys that get on these podcasts of 60, 50-year-old men
Mm-hmm.
acting like they're 15-year-old kids,
Right.
and and that kind of thing. That's a scary part.
Well, the social media is a different kind
It's a different.
beast than anything
How
that
do
we
you
experience.
control something that all kids have?
Right. And it's hidden. It's
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
a shroud.
You as a parent has to be able to monitor what your kid is doing.
Right.
And a lot of kids don't allow. I have rights. I have this. I have that.
Right.
You can't do this to me. You can't, and they don't even have a job.
Right.
They don't even have a job,
Right.
but they can tell you what their rights are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I think that's like I said, it's a tough time. I would be, if I was raising children today, it would be really tough because you would have to be outside the group of monitoring your children when everybody else is saying, well, what's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, because if you are doing the thing that you think is right, what about those folks that are doing the thing that ain't right?
Mm-hmm.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your truth may not be their truth because they can't stand up to their kid.
Mm-hmm.